Welcome back to Your Car, the channel where we don't just explore the power of cars, but all kinds of machines that move, roar, and shape our world. Today, we're taking to the skies. And not just with any aircraft, we're diving deep into the story of a legendary warplane that once dominated the Pacific skies, the Mitsubishi A6M Zero. The Mitsubishi Zero wasn't just a fighter, it was a revolution in the sky. It symbolized Japan's aerial power during World War II and became a nightmare for Allied pilots in the early stages of the war. Its presence in the sky marked a turning point in military aviation. Let's go back to the late 1930s. Japan was rapidly expanding its military power and needed an aircraft that could dominate aerial battles over long distances. The Imperial Japanese Navy partnered with Mitsubishi to design a fighter that was fast, agile, had exceptional range, and carried deadly firepower. The result, the Mitsubishi A6M Zero, introduced in 1940. The name, Zero, came from the Japanese year 2600 in the imperial calendar, which aligned with the year the aircraft was unveiled. It quickly became one of the most feared and respected aircraft of its time. What made the Zero so formidable wasn't just its sleek design, but its performance. It could reach top speeds of 533 kilometers per hour, or about 331 miles per hour. Even more impressively, it had a combat range of over 1,800 kilometers, or roughly 1,100 miles, and could fly up to 3,000 kilometers with auxiliary fuel tanks. That's almost double the range of most American fighters at the time. The aircraft was also incredibly light. Its empty weight was around 1,680 kilograms, about 3,700 pounds, and it was designed without heavy armor or self-sealing fuel tanks to stay nimble. This trade-off made the Zero incredibly agile and able to outmaneuver most Allied aircraft in a dogfight. Its weaponry included two 20mm cannons and two 7.7mm machine guns, along with the ability to carry two bombs. This allowed it to serve in both air-to-air combat and limited ground or ship attack roles. It was truly a multi-role aircraft before the term became popular. The Zero made its mark in history on December 7, 1941, during the infamous attack on Pearl Harbor. Dozens of Zeros swooped in as the first wave of attackers, targeting American airfields and naval vessels. The attack was so swift and well executed that it left the U.S. Pacific Fleet crippled. From that moment, the world knew Japan had a fighter the Allies couldn't match, yet. For the first year of the Pacific War, the Zero reigned supreme. Its agility and range gave Japanese pilots a terrifying edge. In dogfights, it could outturn and outclimb almost anything the Americans or British threw at it. But no machine is perfect. The Zero's greatest weakness was its lack of durability. Because Mitsubishi engineers prioritized range and agility, the plane had no armor protection for the pilot, and the fuel tanks weren't self-sealing. That meant if a bullet hit, especially near the fuel tanks, the plane often burst into flames or exploded. Once Allied forces realized this vulnerability, they quickly adapted. Newer American fighters like the Grumman F-6F Hellcat and Vought F-4U Corsair were faster, stronger, and heavily armored. Tactics also changed. Allied pilots were told to avoid turning fights with the Zero and instead dive in, shoot, and climb away using superior speed. As the war progressed, the tide turned. The Zero went from hunter to hunted. Still, Japan continued to deploy it in large numbers. And in the final stages of the war, many Zeros were used in Kamikaze missions, deadly suicide attacks that remain one of the most haunting aspects of World War II. Despite its flaws and eventual downfall, the Mitsubishi A6M Zero remains one of the most iconic warplanes in aviation history. It was a symbol of innovation, national pride, and the extreme decisions made during wartime. It influenced not just Japanese engineering, but how the entire world viewed air combat. Today, only a handful of original Zeros survive, either in museums or in the hands of private collectors. They are rare, precious relics of a devastating and defining chapter in global history. When one of them takes flight in modern-day air shows, it's not just a plane flying, it's history soaring through the clouds. At Your Car, we explore more than just the machines we drive, we explore the machines that shaped history. The Mitsubishi Zero may not be on four wheels, but it deserves a place on our radar for its engineering, legacy, and impact on the world. If you found this story fascinating, don't forget to like this video, share it with a friend, and subscribe to Your Car for more deep dives into the greatest machines ever built, whether they rule the roads, the seas, or the skies. Thanks for watching, And we'll see you in the next one.